the 400-meter event at the CIF State Championships with a time of 53.24 seconds, her dream of winning a state title went up in flames after celebrating using a fire extinguisher.
So this guy's site is called ABL, and I watch him sometimes. He mostly commentates on a lot of political stuff, some pop culture stuff like this, stuff that's going on, news and out in the world. And I heard about this story, and I thought I'd check out his viewpoint on it. And I'd like to hear what he has to say, and plus he's gonna play the video and all that kind of stuff, so it saves me the time to have to do all that stuff. But we're gonna react to this, and it's a very interesting story about this track star who got her medal taken away because she celebrated too hard.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a 16-year-old high school track star from Salinas, California, being stripped of her victory in the 400-meter race at the CIF State Championship over her celebration involving a fire extinguisher. Now, what happened was, after the race is over, the opponents are not right there on the track. Her dad comes onto the track, hands her the fire extinguisher, and the celebration happens. You get the idea. Look, I'm running so fast. My feet are on fire. My shoes are on fire. I gotta put them out.
Yeah, it's like this kind of exaggerated thing because, you know, it's like the shoes are on fire because you're so fast. I will leave the link of his video in the description, by the way. Go check out his channel, give him a like, give him a sub after this video, but he's got some good takes.
Now, this isn't the first time that celebration has happened. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. But some of the guys up in the booth, wherever they are with their stuffed shirts, they got offended and they disqualified her. Now, I'm reading some of the comments. They're saying, hey, why can't she just stay humble? She broke the rules. You break the rules, you get punished. Okay, I understand, but we're talking about California. We got to put it in context.
Okay, this is California. Interesting. I didn't know that.
And as a matter of fact, I can show you better than I can tell you. Let's not forget about this. You see what's happening here. A league of her own, transgender athlete A.B. Hernandez faces down hecklers. Now, this individual is allowed to compete and succeed over in California, and it's no problem. They say this is a high school age person. I'm not sure that's correct.
Yeah, I don't know. They look a bit older. That's a really good point, though. Why are we allowing these biological men to compete in the sport and basically blow all the biological women out the water, but you punish this one chick who celebrates too much? Now, I'm not sure. I have thoughts on the celebration, but let's hear what he has to say.
This biological male might be 18, 19, 20 years old competing against high school girls, and that's okay in California. That's fine.
Yeah.
But God forbid a biological girl celebrates too much. You want to disqualify her. Why don't you just...
Yeah, you can take the individual kind of case if you want, you know, as far as whether she celebrated too much or stuff. But still, he's making a valid point. It's kind of like, what about this, you know? But it is the hypocrisy that gets really annoying. Why would you allow this, but not, you know, this other thing?
Disqualify him. How about that? And then there's more. It ain't just this guy. You also have this person, okay? Now, this person won back-to-back state championships in the 400-meter, which is the same thing that the young lady succeeded in. And for a little bit of context, Clara Adams came in at 53.25, and she's running her hardest. This individual was jogging, and as a matter of fact, hold on, I can show you that as well. I can show you that. This individual right here, Veronica Garcia, you can see just how far ahead he is, and it's effortless.
Yeah.
It's effortless because he's competing against the girls.
Yeah.
And you can see his time right there. And
it's insane. That's such a shame. Like, man, that's insane. If it's that important, if it's that important, give them their own league.
The girls running their hardest. So how is that okay? How is this okay, but celebrating with a fire extinguisher is not? If we're going to have rules, let's make the rules make sense. If I cannot celebrate using a fire extinguisher, then a man should not be able to compete against me if I'm a woman or a girl. Am I making sense? I think that I am. Let's get to the news clip right here.
Yeah, I think so. So this is the actual girl. I think this is her father, and they're reacting to her. Her medal was taken away from because of her celebration.
If you want to see this clip or anything else, I will link to it in full in the description box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
You know,
I worked so hard for that title.
Did you guys know that for most of the people watching YouTube videos, only a small percentage of those people are actually subscribed to those channels? But subscribing is really quick and easy. All you have to do is first to make a YouTube account, which is free, and then after that, go down to the video that you're watching, hit the like button, which goes a long way in helping out the algorithm, and then go over and hit the subscribe button. After you've hit the subscribe button, click the drop down arrow and click the option that says all, so that can notify you whenever a new video from this creator has dropped. Subscribing is free, and making a YouTube account is also free. It allows you to keep up with all of your favorite content creators, and of course it goes a long way in helping out my channel, and I really do appreciate it. So with all of that being said, back to the video.
The greatest moment of 16-year-old Clara Adams' young career taken away from her
16.
because of a celebration. After winning the 400-meter event at the CIF State Championships with a time of 53.24 seconds, her dream of winning a state title went up in flames after celebrating using a fire extinguisher.
when she blew the fire extinguisher, the opponents were gone. That was our moment of celebration. And CIF officials made that about them. The crowd went crazy. They loved it. The booth, CIF booth went crazy. They loved it. But those few guys in those jackets, they took offense to it.
So this is her father, of course, David Adams, and also her coach.
Didn't like it. And they made a decision based on emotions.
The North Salinas High sophomore grabbed a fire extinguisher from her father and coach.
There's her dad right there in the stands. So he gave her the fire extinguisher from the stands.
And extinguished off her spikes. The CIF deemed her celebration unsportsmanlike, stripping her of her title.
Is it sportsmanlike to have boys compete against girls?
He's going back to that. I mean, he's right. He's making a good point, but I feel like that's pretty extreme. You can say it's unsportsmanlike, for sure. I mean, I don't know. Like, you see guys and stuff doing all kinds of things in sports. If it was, it would be different if she took the fire extinguisher and, like, sprayed someone else with it, like an opponent or something, or got in someone else's face, or, you know, kind of mocked an opponent. That's unsportsmanlike. Just spraying your shoes, you know, with a fire extinguisher, I don't even know if I'd say that, but even if it is, why would you take away the medal? Like, punish her in another way. But that's a big deal. It's like, man, geez, that seems pretty extreme.
In track and field, is that sportsmanlike? I'm just trying to figure it out, because if we're going to have rules, let's let these rules be some kind of way consistent. I'm just saying, let's keep on going.
It's a celebration made famous by American sprint icon Maurice Green, who enjoyed her paying homage to him and thinks she should get her state title back.
Well, look at that. He did it. Did this guy get in trouble for doing that?
When I heard, like, because it happened and then people just started calling me, oh, this girl who just won the 400 redid your celebration. I was like, huh, what? If it was away from everyone and not really interfering with anybody, I would say reinstate her.
It was on the side. The opponents were not there. It wasn't like taunting. It was not that serious. It was not that serious, especially in an environment, and I'm going to stress this because this is the key point, especially in an environment where you have boys competing against girls. How did the stuffed shirt say it's all right for a boy to compete against a girl, but celebrating using a fire extinguisher?
He's really on that. He's like, guys, and I don't have any complaints about what he's saying, but he's like, guys, you know, it's like, take the take the plank out of your own eye before you remove the needle from the other one. This right here, even if it is something wrong, like it's a little needle, we have something a lot bigger going on.
It's where you draw the line.
Clear infraction was Clara's father hopping the railing onto the track after the race, but says he only did that because of how CIF officials were treating his daughter.
There's a CIF rule saying you can't come over the wall, you can't be on the infield, which is a rule respected. But at this point, I explained before about being a coach and a father wearing the different hats. I saw an official grab my daughter by the arm. They were yelling in her face. When he grabbed her by the arm, I went over the wall at that point. I'm fathered.
Well, that's good dad. I mean, isn't this what we want? Don't we want a lot more good dads? Especially, I mean, no offense, but like in the black community. Like, this seems like a really good dad. I was distracted by this photo up here. Who the hell are these people? Looks like a couple of old Mexican ladies.
I'm not coaching anymore. I'm over the wall.
Now,
like, he's there defending his daughter. He's her coach. He's her dad. He has her competing. He seems like a really good dad to me.
True fast.
Understandable. Totally understandable. I think any dad would do that.
Yeah.
And if people say that they wouldn't, they're not really telling the truth, in my humble opinion.
This 400-meter runner in the state is back home without a medal. And even if the CIF is to reinstate her as the champion, she never got that moment of being crowned a champion.
There's a dad right there.
If everything goes in my favor, in regards to like getting my title back, I'll still never get that moment back, like standing on the podium as a sophomore. I'll never get that back because they took it from me.
Dang, that's sad. That's true. Damn, that's sad. This was a stupid decision. Man, this was a stupid choice.
Clara was also disqualified from competing in the 200-meter race because of that celebration. And we did some research, analyzed 20 years of state championships, found 0 other times where someone was disqualified and stripped of a title for unsportsmanlike conduct. We reached out to the CIF, haven't heard anything back. We also put up a poll on our Instagram, Dan, asking our viewers if they believe she should have been banned for this or not. Over 1,000 votes and counting, 87% of people saying she shouldn't have been banned for this. And the support from the community has been overwhelming so far.
And certainly not banned. Like, maybe some other punishment, but taking the medal away and then banned, I don't even think it deserved a punishment. I mean, when you're out there and your blood is pumping and you're competing and stuff, and then you win and all that, you know, pays off. It's like of course there's rules, but again, it's not like she got a fire extinguisher. Well, or like that one chick who was in the race with the baton and ran up to the other chick behind her and actually knocked her in the head from the baton. It's like, okay, yeah, you literally attacked another player. You know, it's like that's horrible sportsman, you know, conduct. So that's understandable, but something like this.
She's an immense talent, and she's only a sophomore.
Yeah, she's going to come back stronger and better than ever. They better watch out for Clara Adams.
You bet.
Right on.
This dude, he's very feminine, but he's right.
So, hey, you know what? Shout out to Clara. Shout out to her dad, David. Y'all did not deserve this. You know, people talking about, oh, the rules this, the rules that. Well, shit in the rules. And look, I'm gonna keep
he's gonna bring it up again.
Home. Shit in the rules state that in a girls' track meet, there should only be girls participating. Shouldn't that also be the rule? If you're gonna have rules, let's follow them and let's have them be consistent. That's all I'm saying.
It's hypocrisy.
If we can do that, then it's fine. But if not, then we're playing games. And that right there, I mean, seriously, was that enough to disqualify somebody? No. I think not. But look, especially since the race was over with, when the celebration happened and nobody was right there. But as I close, I want to say this is ridiculous, absurd, and it shows you just how idiotic people in California are. Not you guys who are watching this video, you guys are great, but y'all know some of the bigwigs, the leadership, those in charge of not only the track championship, but of your government. You Gavin Newsom, Nancy Pelosi, all these people. Those in charge are morons. Natural disasters happen. Oh, where's the water? I didn't have to fill the water up. Stupidity, incompetence, ridiculousness coming from the left coast. You got transgender, quote unquote, girls, biological boys, and some of these guys look like they're about 25 years old with their family and kids and stuff like this. They're competing against the girls and that's fine, but God forbid an actual biological girl in high school celebrates too much. Now you want to strip the title. Totally ridiculous, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you?
Yeah, I agree completely. It seems all backwards. California is basically America's vagina. I mean, why would you allow all these boys to compete, and then you call anyone who calls that out like a hateful bigot and stuff, and then an actual chick works her heart out and actually wins, and then she celebrates a little too hard, and you strip her of the medal. California just must hate actual real women. I was gonna see in this race, and then there's this dude who she's paying homage to, and it's like, you know, something tells me you gonna get on to this guy. Where was this at? It looks like very old footage, and this dude, he looks much older now. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not really a sports dude. In this race, one thing I am saying, it looks like, I was just curious. Okay, I was wondering what the races of everyone is, because normally you look at a story like this and everyone starts race baiting. I am glad that I am not hearing any of that, to where no one's going around being like, well, it's because she's black, or it's because, you know, reasons like that, or these other people are white or black, or, you know, there's no mention of that stuff, which is good, because it gets so frustrating and so tiring. You know, everything becomes about race, but it looks like this is just a pretty cut and dry story of like, no, let's not twist it in any kind of way. Like, did she over-celebrate? I mean, it's a matter of opinion. If you really want to push the needle, maybe, I don't know what punishment you could give her, but honestly, a slap on the wrist at most. I mean, that really does seem crazy. And she's right. The most heartbreaking part about this whole story is what she said there at the end. She's like, I'm never going to get that moment where I'm standing on the podium and I don't get it back. Man, that's crazy. I don't know, guys. What do you think about this? Do you think that she celebrated too hard? I mean, and if so, do you think the punishment should be stripping the medal and stuff? And good old ABL here, what do you think about his whole point about, like, hey, what about these dudes competing? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button on the video. I do really appreciate it. And yeah, until next time.